Good evening, brothers and sisters of Just Pure Talk. We're here tonight to talk about different topics like usual. Now you can see we're full of staff on the air right now. So Truck Sam's there, Kai's there, and Doc Fallujah, who is still, his eyes is on his computer. Okay, he's back with us. I don't know, we're down there. I don't know where, okay, there you are. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, there he is. Okay. We're trying to get him off his computer. So, hi guys, how you doing, everybody, today?
Good.
Pretty
good. How about you?
Yeah, I'll start with you, Doc. How's your weekend? How's your things going in life?
Oh, there's my mute key. Life is great. Life is great. I got a date for immigration.
You? Okay.
It's a very interesting date to have for immigration. It happens to be January 6th.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
And I just, I'm not going to touch on that topic, but on January 6th, 2025, I have a interview with my wife at the embassy in Jamaica. And on the 8th, we have an embassy for the daughter at the same, or an interview for the daughter at the same embassy to get the consular report for birth abroad. So generally after that, it takes about 2 weeks. So probably February 1st.
So good news. You're surely going to get your wife back in your arms in the United States.
Yes, sir.
Good luck on that, man.
Well, I mean, it happens to the best of us, right?
Well, yeah, it does. It does. What about you, Truck Sam?
Well, I'm not moving this time, so the connection should be a lot better.
Well, yeah, the connection, and we're seeing your face, so.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
True.
Yeah. You got some good lighting in your truck. Anything special on the weekend? Anything special?
No, just having to wait until tomorrow to figure out where I need to go to pick up my next load. Got done delivering tonight.
That's wicked. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 4 stops. One in Maryland, 2 in New Jersey, and 1 in upstate New York.
Ooh. Hey, you're getting closer to my house, upstate New York.
Yeah, I'm not too far away, actually.
You made it out?
You ever heard? You know where Chester is, New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I went around New York, so I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in the state of New York?
Yep.
Okay. Chester, is that up? Is it not too far from Albany or?
It's if you take 87 up from New Jersey, and it's about 45 miles north on 87.
Okay.
And when you get in from, so I'm not that far into New York, but Albany I think is about another 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When you get close to Albany, then you go to Lake George. Then you're about 3 hours away from the border of Canada. So that means you're like 4 hours away from me, because I'm about an hour away from the border of Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I won't mind getting up there one of these days. One of the places I haven't been to.
Yeah, maybe go with maybe go with a guy.
Huh?
A guy. Okay.
Yeah, I can do the night shift, and he can do the day shift.
Yeah. How you doing, guy? How's your week went?
It's great. If I can get rid of these migraines, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, you have a less of a smile today.
It's more of a squint.
Yeah, it's a squint.
Between the tinnitus and the migraines.
Yeah.
So if anybody doesn't know what tinnitus is, it's constant ringing in your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I constantly got this constant yee that just reverberates off the inside of your skull.
Yeah.
And then you throw some migraines on top of it, and I've been coughing and hacking up because my sinuses have been, because I got sick last week. So
okay. Yeah.
It sound a lot better.
I do sound a lot better. I do feel a lot better.
And on my end, well, it was the rodeo gala. So the Gymkhana, like I was telling you, okay, Gymkhana gala that we had on Saturday. Me and my son, DJ Cedrics, worked really hard, and we had a good ball. We had a ball with the team. We had a ball with everybody, 300 and something odd people that were there. And I was doing the emceeing with emceeing with another fellow. And so we had a ball. We had a nice night and a lot of dancing, country dancing. God, beautiful people when they dance. I really love their dance. So so that was something about me. And then the rest we were taking a drive, making because afterwards you go to bed late when you do these parties. So next week. So kicking off tonight, everybody. Here's a little bit of Dr. Pepper at the same time. Was that Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
Ah, good. Anyways, yeah.
You can touch my alcohol, but don't touch my Dr. Pepper.
No, Dr. Pepper is outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to tell you it's not written on my shirt, eh, Dr. Pepper? It is written on my shirt, Dr. Pepper, because I work for the company. So.
Well, I love my Dr. Pepper, but the only thing is they don't have 1 liters up here. That irks me off.
I won't go further with that,
Oh
but
my
I do.
God.
So you wrote on this day. So on this day,
we should mention the fact that Dr. Pepper has dissolved your teeth.
Yes, it has.
It has? Well, that would be any.
No, yeah.
No? Any.
I haven't seen a dentist in about 20 years.
Drink a day?
4 or 5 1 liters.
4 or 5 1 liters of Dr. Pepper a day.
Oh God, that's 5 liters?
5 liters, 4 to 5 liters of Dr. Pepper a day.
Yes.
Oh God.
That is your entire. I got to look this up. I got to figure out how many calories are in a liter of Dr. Pepper.
Okay, that's going to be a subject.
It's one of my brother's lectures on my teeth. Because I haven't seen a dentist in about 20 years. I hate.
There's nothing to go to a dentist for. There's nothing to go for a dentist for. Just because you got 2 left doesn't mean.
Well, he could get them all drilled.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get them yanked and get some dentures.
1 liter of Dr. Pepper has roughly about 428 calories.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, he's talking about Dr. Pepper, but it's because of
I got to get my calculator out here.
Because of Truck Sam.
428 calories?
No, I'm going to do some math with Sam right here.
I want to see how many calories you say? 428? Okay, it's 1,000, 2,140.
Hold on.
Hey, he has a migraine. Don't go too fast.
What is the average caloric intake for a human being daily?
About 2,000 something calories.
2,000 something.
1,500.
1,500? No, but 1,500 if you want to keep lean. But I mean, it's for a normal person, man, should be about like 2,000 calories.
15 to 2,500 calories, right?
Well, they said that the 2,000 calorie diet is a joke, anyways.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I did do a.
If you drink 5 2-liter bottles every day.
2 liter or 1 liter?
Or 1 liter.
1 liter.
5 1 liters. That's 2,140 calories. But you just need to eat a bag of potato chips and you're done for the day.
So let me ask you another question, Sam Ryan. What else are you eating during the day? You're getting your 3 squares in too, aren't you?
McDonald's.
Actually, I can show you what I eat.
He's on the road, so it's McDonald's.
Nope. I actually have a nice cooker. I cook these things. Skillet meals.
What's that? Okay, how many calories on that pack?
You know that's 4 servings, right?
Oh, let's see. 509. 590.
Per
no,
serving?
590 calories for a pack or for a half a pack?
For the whole thing. No, for the whole thing. Yep, that's what it says right
for
here.
every one of those you eat, you have to drink 1 less Dr. Pepper.
Is that noodles? Is that like Chinese noodles?
No, it has noodles. It has chicken. It has broccoli, carrots.
Like a single serving.
Okay.
It's like
How many-
for two people, but it says for a serving, it's 1.5 cups. That's a joke.
And a serving has 500 and something calories.
No, that's 220.
And how much is the bag?
Skillet meals is what these things. I gotta look
Oh wait,
this up.
so that means you got 1,000 calories in there. If you
No.
eat the bag.
This is what you call a 2-person, like a little bit over 2 people serving meal.
So the skillet, the Vala skillet meals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick one here at random here.
I do the chicken Alfredo. Or
So, ladies
I
and
could get
gents, we're
some
going to be
bacon.
going into some different topics, but now we're talking about calories. Oh, that's bacon. I mean, you're in hell. That if you're eating bacon, also, man, you're
I love
over
my bacon.
4,000 calories. You're eating twice the
I'm
calories.
looking at the cheesy chicken.
Now I know why you're skinny.
Is that the only meal you have a day?
yes,
Just one of those.
I usually for dinner. Yeah,
If you don't
So
need
you,
that breakfast
you
and
need to
stuff like
limit
that.
yourself to 3 liters or less of Dr. Pepper a day.
Hey! He's making money on for my company.
I know. I'm just worried about his health.
No, it's true. The health. Is
I'm
good.
worried about your health too, bro. But you're
No, I'm
doing
working
better
on
now.
mine. I'm working on mine. I'm down 40.
And
You're up 40.
the other thing is something where I'm actually starting to cut out a lot of candy out of my truck.
You should cut all that candy out of your truck.
Well, that's good.
And you're eating candy on top of the 2,100 calories and
Very rare, actually. Very rare.
Well, you don't need candy. You're drinking 5 liters of.
So what he's really saying is, before he was eating candy constantly. Now only every 5 minutes he's eating a bag of Skittles.
I like your comments.
Yeah. He's
My
the
brother's
Walmart-
always been.
But he's getting the Walmart bag of Skittles. He's not getting the little pouch of Skittles. He's getting
Hey,
like
what-
5
Samurai,
bags.
why are you going to Walmart? Why not go to Costco? If you're gonna go all the way. Don't be a quitter. Going to Walmart makes you a quitter. Go to Sam's Club and get the 5-pound bag. I'll tell you a secret though.
Well, it kicks me out of that.
I know you go to Love's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Buy their beef jerky. It's expensive, but that shit takes forever to eat through. Excuse me, verb.
The
It
dry
takes
beef
forever.
jerky.
Yeah, the dry beef jerky, that stuff, it's like a pound in a tube.
Yeah.
And you can sit and chew on it forever. High
It's gonna-
protein.
it's-
It'll keep you your snack cravings down. And I used to drive all over the country doing medical studies, and my lab tests were perfect because of that. Because you get protein. I wasn't eating I have a problem with peanut M&Ms.
Oh,
I'll eat a whole bag and then buy 3
we
more.
won't talk about peanut butter. We won't talk about peanut butter. My brother hates me about that.
He buys
well,
it by the 5-gallon bucket.
Well, we're talking
I
about.
love my hot toast and peanut butter. Okay.
I
Toast
understand.
and peanut butter, yeah.
What I'm
But
telling you is,
it's not hot toast in peanut butter. It's a piece of hot toast, and the peanut butter is gotta be about as thick as 2 slices of bread. It's like somebody dipped a spatula in there and went.
Well, he
Well,
loves
I get it. I like it.
He loves
Alright.
peanut butter.
It's where I go home to every time. I know he loves me. I love you too, bro.
He loves you, man. That's why he's
So-
bugging you.
Just
So as I was
Yep.
saying,
live longer
I
than
could-
me.
I could buy this beef jerky and I will eat because you can't just go gum. You're gonna be like trying to chew
Actually,
it.
I wouldn't mind getting some deer jerky. I miss that.
Well,
Well,
the
you should
deer
go
jerky
here,
once
Hunter.
again is to be too soft.
No.
You get that stuff. You just suck on it, and you're going to get a good flavor from it. And
That's the stuff
you'll probably
I
stop
make
eating
beer
sweet.
jerky.
So, ladies and gentlemen, he did say, "Suck on the beef jerky." By the way, so
Hey,
Yep.
this is Arby's. We have the meats.
yeah, exactly. So, okay, so we just talked about calories for the last 15 minutes. That was a good topic.
Well, no, it's easy. It's easy when
Yeah.
you're eating stuff that you
No,
like.
but totally, you're totally right.
Yeah.
Everybody
realize
from
how many
Canada to the
calories
United
you're
States
consuming.
are having issues with calories, are eating too much, or not watching what they're eating. And if you go to McDonald's and you take
And this is the
a
season.
3-0 Big Mac, it's almost like 1,500 calories just for a
And this is the
sandwich.
season, though. This is
fries, and
Thanksgiving,
pop.
Christmas.
I'm gonna tell you something.
People are gonna be putting it away.
I've worked at McDonald's. The biggest item on McDonald's menu is actually the big breakfast with hotcakes. It is 1,280 some calories. The Big
Really?
Mac is not that much. The Big Mac is like 400 calories. The double quarter
No, but I'm
pounder.
talking total. They're talking about total.
No.
The 3-0.
No, we're talking
fries and the pop.
menu item with the fries and the pop. The big breakfast with hotcakes is 1,280 calories. That's one meal.
I was coming home last night from work, and I swung through to grab something to eat, and I went to Burger King because McDonald's burgers suck, and they're like, "We don't have any patties." Yeah,
Huh?
a Burger King, and this has been happening a lot lately. McDonald's, like up in Woodland Park, I was driving through there a couple weeks ago. No burgers, no nothing, no burger related anything on the menu. They're like, we're out of hamburger patties.
Man, are you missing meat?
Well, they had that outbreak where they stopped doing the quarter pounders and the onions because they had the salmonella
No, it was E.
outbreak.
coli and the onion.
And they E. coli. And because I go in and get myself a double quarter pound cheeseburger, and they said, "Oh, we don't sell that no more for right now." And they told me why, and I'm like, "Wow!" They didn't know it was the onions or the meat,
Well, that's an easy test.
and that's probably But the other thing is, it took them a while.
I just realized that I had my back end for the gym can. Okay, so
Hey, Vern, while we're doing it, how do we share this thing with people? Is it this Live 365 link or the D Live link?
don't do the Live 365 anymore. We're on YouTube. Get him on YouTube or get him on Verm's Facebook. Les Productions Verm's Facebook.
Well, let's go with YouTube. I'm going to send this to a few people that. There we go.
So-
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'm
That's 'cause-
kind of curious. Every time, though, there's one of those bugs in the system, you're like, how did all this E. coli get in there? What happened? And they end up tearing it up, and they find out that somebody just basically didn't do their job. They
Okay.
didn't clean a machine right. They didn't.
Well, I've actually run across that where one time I picked up a load out of Holcomb, Kansas, from Tyson, and I got halfway there, and they're saying, "Oh, half your load is going to be rejected." I'm like, "I'm not even in the receiving dock yet." Oh, the test came back and saying, I'm like, so they shipped it without getting the test back. Now I'm going to have to deal with it. And they pretty much said, yeah, after you get done, they'll reject you and they'll you bring the product back to Holcomb. I'm like, okay, at least I know where I'm going. But most of this like meat product is being shipped before it's been thoroughly tested because they want to get the product to the store or the DC
And the
before
DC
it
is
starts
a what?
going
I
bad.
know what the DC is, but everybody else out there doesn't know what a DC is.
A DC is a distribution center. Basically, like everything goes to that one location, and they split it up to their stores through that DC, and they ship it out from there to the stores.
Okay.
So, you'd be amazed that some of this product that I'm delivering and other trucks are delivering have not been tested until almost literally a day before it gets there.
Well, a lot of shipping has gone to that Toyota model of just on time shipping. There's not a lot of big warehouses warehousing stuff for months anymore. It's all right when they need it, within a couple days of when they need to use it. So when there's a disruption,
because
like E. coli or anything like that, there's no buffer.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of scary there. Because it's like, I remember when I was younger, when I was in this trucking, I used to show up to like a place to get a part for my truck. They would have the part. Now it's like, oh, we have to ship that in, and it might take a day or two. It's like they don't want to keep that inventory there because that's more money they got to spend on it. And it's like, a lot of people are like, why should we do that? It's like, then if they want it faster, they have to charge the customer saying, hey, if you want it sooner, you don't have to pay for the overnight. It's a moneymaker for them. And they don't need to keep that, big warehouses and everything else. That's the downside of, just enough
Just cover up my face.
It looks so funny. He pops his head like, oh, sorry, we're doing a little bit of commercials here.
You just say, right over here. There he goes, right there.
You know what, sir?
I'm sorry. It's the program.
We need to make it smaller.
Put the addresses, people can scan it. Look, you tell the people to scan with their phone, they'll find right away the Firms Productions Facebook.
Make it smaller, so it goes in between the two.
It's programmed that way. I have no. Here, I'll take it out.
We're gonna fix the program.
So hey, we'll stop talking about calories. See, you guys are getting me hungry. So let's talk about what's going on lately. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your feedback, because I know you guys, mainly all of you guys are anciently in military and stuff like that. So I've overread and I heard and I seen and that Biden has given permission to not Afghanistan. God, man, Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine long-range missiles and anti-mine things. I want to hear your point of view. I mean, is Biden really wanting to hit that World War III?
I think it should have happened sooner, because the Russian people actually felt it like Ukraine did. I think that war would have never lasted it has so far. It's like you go to war with somebody, and you can't expect not to hit you.
I think that's what Putin is doing. He's saying now he's going crazy because he's being hit on his end. And he's blaming the United States now.
I don't think it's starting
because Biden gave the order.
If you don't see this as the gateway to World War III, you're pretty naive.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
This is how World War I started. This is how World War II started. And if people aren't careful,
look at what China's doing
this
too.
This is going to be World War III, and Putin's losing 1,000 soldiers a day, roughly.
Yeah, I kind of read that.
They're talking about 1,200.
1,000 soldiers a day,
and he's losing his Korean friends too, because they're
30,000 people a month are dying
because of nonsense.
Because he wants Ukraine back into the fold of the USSR. He wants to reconstitute the USSR. And when he gets done with Ukraine, who's next?
Who's next?
Well, that's what they fear. That's what NATO
Back
feared.
in the
Probably
USSR.
And he's talking about like, hey, we're going to get the Nazis. Well, he's the one being Adolf Hitler,
I think he's the
the
one who's
Nazi.
doing the Nazi lately.
and
With all
he's
the-
the one
with
being
all the-
Adolf Hitler, and you know,
I need breathing room.
and well, the thing is, he made these things that were made up with Ukraine, and NATO won't get too close, and blah blah blah. That was made with old regimes and older governments of Ukraine. That's not made with the stuff that's now. You know,
Yeah.
the government's totally changed. It's not what it used to be when those deals were made. And the newer government wants to be part of NATO because they want the protection so they don't get invaded like they're currently getting invaded.
Yeah.
And I forget
Be
what missile
honestly,
system, because we said we weren't going to let them use long-range missiles because Putin was like, hey, if you let them use long-range stuff, then you're basically committing an act of war on Russia.
Hold on,
Well-
but you invaded my country already, so you already declared the act of war. We're just, it's not the guy that punches first; it's the guy that punches last.
Well, that's what I feel.
Well, they fired, 5 of these long-range missiles into Russia?
Yeah.
Supposedly 4 got shot down and 1 got damaged.
No, I think it's 2 got shut down, 3 got hit.
Something.
Well, that's what I read. That's what I
Yeah.
read.
This report says 6 ballistic missiles at a facility in Bryansk at 3:25 a.m.
Are they using like 70s air missiles, or are we talking like 90s air missiles?
They shot down 5,
Yeah.
and another one was damaged from fragments of damaged missiles fell on the military facility, causing a fire. So
Let me ask an honest question. If we tell them what they actually tell us,
I don't know how old this missile system is that they're using.
don't you guys remember that during when COVID was really bad, China and Korea stopped reporting their numbers? They said they didn't have anybody with COVID.
yeah,
And the reason why I bring that up is
Don't
because
talk about COVID,
if-
please.
if-
Don't talk about COVID.
the reason why I brought it up is because if a government doesn't want you to know, they're going to tell you that they shot down 5 of them. What's their proof? Do they have videos of the missiles blowing up?
No, you're totally right, because they don't give real numbers. I've been listening to a lot of stuff, and sometimes they'll give numbers, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they, do you have Ukraine looking over Russia, or are they in Russia seeing everything explode, or vice versa?
Wow. This is a
There
big
is
missile.
satellites, so yeah.
This is a big missile. So just for it's a solid propellant rocket. It's 13 feet long, 24 inches in diameter, 2 foot around,
Okay.
13 feet long, can fly up to 190 miles.
Okay.
That's just huge.
That
The
is
rocket launcher, the pod, contains six rockets. It's basically like an MLRS,
okay.
which I don't know if you've seen the MLRSs. MLRSs is a multiple launch rocket system, and they're extremely powerful. A lot of devastation they can do.
Okay.
This has been around.
and they can pack
These have
up
been in
and leave.
service since 1991. So
At a CMS, Army Tactical.
30 years.
yeah, the MGM 140 Army Tactical Missile System.
Yep.
It's been in service since 1991, so it's been
33 years.
been updated that
33.
whole time. What do they say the unit cost? The unit cost is about $1.5 million per unit.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's the launcher loaded. And there's been 3,700 of them built.
And the missiles go to 160,000 feet or 50 kilometers, which
is almost space.
Yeah, well, it's essentially space, and they come back down.
60 is space.
Once you get up that high, are you shooting as it's coming down? Like, it's almost like you're in World War II, and the Japanese bombers dive bombing you or kamikazing you, and you're sitting there with your machine gun going ding, 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 and hoping to God it doesn't hit your ship.
So it's probably coming in excess of Mach 3 when it dives in on the target. Because it's saying here that it's got a maximum ceiling of
basically a rod of God.
kilometers,
Okay.
which I don't know what that is in miles. It's 2.2 kilometers per mile, so that's under 30. Space is 60 miles.
That's 50 kilometers. 60 miles would be 100 kilometers. So it goes up, let's just call it 30 miles, as you said.
Yeah. But to be considered space, you got to break that 60-mile mark. That's just left over from my rocket days, building rockets and launching them. Yeah, so it's got the M74 is a bomblet bomb, so it drops bomblets. And the ES-aided inertial navigation system. It's launched from the HIMARS, which we've sent a lot of those to the Ukraine. Yeah, that is a heck of a destructive device.
Well, they're getting the money's worth. I mean,
Well,
I don't
fault Ukraine for using them to defend themselves.
No, yeah.
And a lot of countries are tired of Russia telling them what they can and can't do. And some of these countries have just flat out, Russia said, if you do this, then we're not going to sell you oil, or we're not going to sell you this. And they're like, pound sand, because we're next. We're a little country too. What are you going to come over here and invade us next?
Well, why do you think that there's?
Why do you think you want? Why do you think you want to join NATO so much?
And then there's three.
You know, it's like.
Go ahead. No, go.
Go ahead. Sorry, Berm.
Sorry, I thought you cut off.
Well, I'm just saying, Berm, you know, basically like that's why they want to join NATO, is they have that protection where, like, hey, you attack us, you're facing all these other nations too.
Yeah, but I think it's going to get to a point where Putin's not going to care.
That's true. That's the scary part.
Because he's already,
and he's probably one of these guys that don't
he's
drop
already
a
threatened to
bomb.
nuke how many countries over this?
What nukes? Are they even going to launch when he hits the button?
I have no idea.
They're saying that maybe not. They some of them blow up in the tunnels.
There's another gentleman on social media that I think he called him the habitual line crosser, and he had a whole video on Russia that they launched their nukes, and he's like, "Oh, you mean the ones I knew where they all at? I destroyed all of them except for 4 before they got off the ground, and the last 4 that were in the air, I shot them down before they got here. Like, what are you gonna do? You know?" And I'm not saying that I don't think Russia has stuff. Russia doesn't have money. And if you don't have money, then it doesn't really matter what you say or don't have, because as another person said, if you tell a big enough lie often enough, people regard it as truth. Now, I'm not going to say who said that, but it's general principle. Like, I think we've been having the wool pulled over our eyes since 1994. They've never become a democracy.
It says Ukraine just fired British long-range missiles into Russia 4 hours ago.
Oh, so they sent more. Okay.
So now they're firing British hardware.
Well, look at Russia, what they're doing now. They're bringing tanks that are dating back to
Storm
World War
Shadow and
II.
French Scout missiles. So we will see how they do.
So technically, my feeling, and it's not because I want it, my feeling is that they're about to send in the army. in Ukraine. Send a NATO army in the Ukraine because there's already 3 countries that want to go help out.
Well, and Putin takes his nuclear threat level to a new level. Ukraine's allies say they aren't rattled. There's another article that's coming up here about Ukraine. So,
but I don't understand one thing, and guys, tell me this. He decided as a country to go hit another country because he wants to take it over. He's been running it for the past 2 years or 100 days or whatever you want to say. Not 100 days. Was it? Yeah, there were 2 years. It's almost 2 years now. And
North Korea can grow to 100,000 troops, by the way.
So
they're spending 100,000 now.
Yep.
I know they were going up to 50,000.
Well, they're at 30, but some of them got killed.
Some of them got captured.
Yep.
Yeah, and some just deflected.
They fled, and then Chinese mercenaries are on social media telling other Chinese not to come. Don't do this. This is we're a meat grinder. We're getting,
Well, that's what they're saying. You mean you're Korean? You said Chinese, Korean?
Chinese mercenaries. Chinese mercenaries are also fighting with Russia.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. The Russians don't care. Throw them in.
Yeah, they're throwing everybody in. But the one guy from the Chinese military says he came there with 100 people and he's the only one left. He's the only Chinese guy left in his unit.
So marvelous.
Why?
Okay.
Why? Didn't Russia wanted to take over Ukraine because it's basically a wheat basket. It has a lot of parts. And that's what I'm seeing is China's trying to take over these other countries that supported Russia for so long, and now they're like, what are we going to do now?
They tried to take over Ukraine because Ukraine was going to join NATO, and they don't want them to join NATO because they don't want NATO right up to.
They don't want.
They already had. They already have 2 countries that joined.
Yes.
Here's some losses. Wounded. This is Russian personnel. 2.1 million.
If it's done accurately.
Wounded. 725,740 dead.
I hope they have a good Department of Veterans Affairs over there.
They don't.
That's a joke. Look at Chernobyl.
19,000 armored combat vehicles.
Okay.
9,390 tanks. 20,681 artillery pieces. 369 aircraft. 329 helicopters. And 28 ships and boats.
Hold on. Does Ukraine even have a real navy?
No.
And they shipped and they dropped 28 ships. This is
they used drones. That one ship they used.
What you're telling me is, we're playing the world's biggest game of civilization, and they attacked the little city-state, and the city-state's pushing their poop in.
And it's burning them down. But I mean, Ukraine is.
Well, I'm hopefully the citizens of Russia will say.
I hate to say this. The only way that's going to happen is someone needs to put on a vest, walk up to Ukraine, and pull the trigger. Or sorry, walk up to Putin and go kaboom.
You're not.
That'd be very.
You're not going. Nobody. When it comes time for Putin to be scared, that's when all the oligarchs and all the political people start turning against him. If he doesn't kill them first, which he probably will, and he's an ex-KGB operative.
Yeah.
He's got contacts, man. He's got people watching people. And when people get out of line, they die. So nobody's
it was like that one guy that was running against him.
Oh, yeah. That guy ended up dying. They killed him. They said it was his plane.
Yeah, and they poisoned.
No, it was shot down.
Mm-hmm. What about that poison? That one guy that got poisoned with that
Oh, yeah.
unique
Yeah, he ended up in here not too long ago.
pellet. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just a political
I mean,
rival
it's
running
like-
against him to get elected to Putin's job. But he was gaining so much popularity that they tried to poison him and kill him.
Mm-hmm. And they had to do emergency landing in that
Yep.
one country, and they had to fly him over to another country that knew how to deal with that poison
Yep.
to save his life.
Like I
And
said,
then,
walk up to
when
him
he
with the vest
died,
on and go kaboom.
and then when he died, the state told him, you can't have a public funeral. And if you tell people where he's buried and you don't keep this private, we'll take care of the body for you. Which means they'll go dump it in a ditch somewhere and not tell his family where he's buried. And so the family instantly shut up and didn't say a thing, and nobody knows where he's buried. But he's buried in a private family lot.
You know, that'd be a good. Hold on, that'd be a good thing to do. Is you just set up the ambush there. You put some claymores down. You wait for him to come, and you go kaboom.
Yeah, but
It's not always easy that way.
Well, yeah, it's all about power.
Kind of crazy about some of these numbers, right? 9,390 tanks. I don't think. I'm trying to remember how many tanks does Russia have.
16,000.
Last time I heard, I think it was like 50. Yeah, same thing. I heard like 15,000. But they're pulling tanks out, going all the way back to World War II.
They're
They're like
building new ones.
Yeah, no, they can't
Yeah,
afford.
but the new ones are
they're not enough. They're not
They're
enough.
not sending the new ones because those are millions of dollars a piece.
They're actually digging up like the T6,
T55s.
T62s and the T70s. Yeah, I mean, this stuff dating back to World War II.
Okay.
Russia still has some 2,000 battle-ready tanks on hand. That's not a lot.
Not
No.
much longer.
You know what?
No,
Russia's lucky. They're lucky we didn't give Ukraine A-10 Warthogs, because the war had already been over.
Ooh,
The war would have already been over because it would have went. Oh, I guess Sperm doesn't know about the A-10.
Yeah, that'd been ugly.
A-10's bad.
Are you familiar with the A-10 Warthog, Verm?
Oh yeah.
Aren't they coming out with a new version?
Ain't that
of
the
the
thing where they shoot? It goes like. brrrr.
Yeah, it's got the
yeah.
30mm cannon on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like a cannon. It's like a. It looks
Yeah.
like a hat.
Yeah, it has two engines on the side. You know, they actually built the plane
Yeah,
around
that's
the
it.
gun.
That gun, like when it shoots,
It's
it's
not-
like.
Yeah.
And you see all that.
Yeah, and they can only do. I think it was a 5-second burst before it causes the engine.
No.
to choke.
The engines stall every time they shoot the gun. They program the starter to kick in to re-engage the engine after the gun stops firing. Yeah.
Oh,
No, the
I
engine
don't.
stopped.
I didn't know about that part.
Well, I
That's
know
pretty bad. That's bad.
the A-10C has got a lot of huge upgrades that have come out for it. So, and that's, but the Air Force actually wanted to get rid of the A-10 because it didn't fit their mission style, and the Army
Oh, come on.
was like, "We'll take it if you get rid of it," because having a ground support fighter aircraft like the A-10 attached to the Army would have been a huge boon, but the Air Force decided to keep it,
It would be.
because it made them more relevant. So, but I forget a bunch of.
Was like
I'm trying to find out what upgrades they put on the A-10C. Something with the avionics and flight packaging and weapon systems and.
yeah, the Hog it's a beast. You don't want to
No.
go up against that.
So we're gonna use the word ship and go into our next topic that we were talking about was the ship with Starlink. You guys wanted to talk about
Oh, yeah.
yes. We were going to talk about this last week.
Yeah,
But
but now we get to
we didn't get
get
to
out
it.
of the Army stuff. Yeah,
It was.
That's Master
I'm
Sergeant.
trying to get it. I got the article here somewhere. What is this dumb person's name? Command Senior Chief Chris Monero was court-martialed and convicted and reduced in rank to E7 last month. It's probably been longer than that. But so what she did is she put a Starlink dish on her Navy vessel.
So they could play Call of Duty.
So they could play these games, get emails. So how a Navy ship works is they have satellite uplink. And when they're in a place that's safe or they're in port, they'll turn it on and the crew can use it, right? Well, when you're out at sea, you don't get access. You can't make phone calls. You can't send, emails to your family.
no, because you don't want to show your position. Yeah,
Exactly. So this chief, in her infinite wisdom, decides to put a Starlink device on this Navy vessel. And then I forget what she called it, but
Oh,
I'll have to find out what somebody needs to look up what they called that Starlink device. But people all over the ship were trying to access this Wi-Fi point, but didn't have the password. The captain asked her 3 times what this was on different occasions. And then the captain put her in charge of finding out who was responsible for this Wi-Fi connection that's on the board of the ship.
but that
And
was
what's
her.
going on? It was her.
they actually put in some routers because it didn't reach
Yeah.
the whole
And then,
ship.
yeah. And
So they
they
put in.
expanded the network so they could have access all over the ship.
Okay, that's great.
And then she lied about all this stuff and lied about, how she was using it and when she was using it. And
It was only for, I think it was like 8
something
people,
like that.
if I remember right.
And it was only for the chief's mess, for people that were in the chief's mess. And so all the chiefs knew about it. And she actually falsified her statements from Starlink saying, showing that she was only using it when she was in port.
Okay,
And so they basically called up Starlink and said, hey, when is this thing being used? And they're like, it's on all the time. It's been on the whole time. It's being used every day.
okay.
Did they say how they found it?
Oh, they went in to go do an upgrade on the ship, work on some stuff. And one of the guys that was crawling around the ship was looking down onto one of the levels of the ship and saw it stuck to the roof. It took a cell phone picture of it.
With
With a
sandbag.
and took a picture of it to show the captain. Like, what the hell is this? And that's how they found it.
Okay.
So you have unsecured communications on a Navy vessel, and all she got demoted was 1 pay grade. I'm surprised she didn't,
She'll get that back in like a year.
yeah. But there was that kid who took a picture of the nuclear reactor inside of a submarine and went to jail for a picture on a cell phone that never left the ship, that
Wow.
never left
Wow.
the submarine. He's in jail.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but she
Oh.
should be in jail too because she put a whole
Oh yeah, the
crew
whole crew was arrested.
in danger
Mhm.
of
Oh,
being
sure.
killed. And also putting a multi-billion-dollar ship.
I'm going to tell you
In
why I
danger.
disagree. You can ask Japan what happens when you mess with their boats. You can ask Iran what happens when you mess with their boats. And no one was going to attack our boat because the response would have been proportional.
Yeah.
And if you don't know,
Oh no, we're
and
talking
if you
about
don't
that.
know, Berm, in the 80s, an Iran ship attacked an American ship, and we sunk their whole navy in 8 hours. Their whole entire navy in 8
Yep.
hours.
And we got
And
two
two oil
oil rigs. And they try to go after us in court. And we're like, oh, whoa. You use them for military. So technically they weren't oil rigs.
Funny
And they
enough,
lost,
that's
too.
where the in Metal Gear Solid, when you're on the oil rig in the one, that's where that comes
Holy
from.
cow. So they paid $2,800, and she put it on her personal credit card to have it expedited shipping, so they would have it ready for time to deployment. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker that gets me. All those involved used the Chief Petty Officers Association debit card to pay the $1,000 monthly Starlink bill. So it's not just her involved.
So the
It's not
government
just
was
her
paying.
involved. There's a bunch of chiefs on that boat that were all involved. All knew what was going on. All knew that it was illegal to do. But yet, she's the only one going down for this?
That's not right either. It should be all who are all involved, who had all the passwords. They should be getting dinged too. I'm sorry.
It's crazy, eh?
It is. I mean, it's like some of the things that you look back on your history, you're like, they only got that? What the hell?
God.
This is like one of the newest ships in the Navy. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art ship.
Was it an Aegis cruiser, I'm guessing?
I think
Or
it
was
was
it
a
a destroyer?
cruiser.
Okay.
Cruiser or destroyer.
It was a crew. I think it was a destroyer, if I'm
I don't know.
right.
But it's a pretty... But the part that I don't get is she's, from what I see, the only one that's getting penalized on this.
Okay.
But it's definitely more. But this goes back to this whole being woke and DEI and all this other stuff that's going around. And the U.S. Navy is not the only one having troubles. You know,
Hey,
if you guys... What?
So, sorry, Sam. Kai, sorry. Can someone tell me what woke is?
Woke is a new modern generation term where people say that, and I might explain it wrong, that like we're becoming woke, like we're aware of the government conspiracies and aware that we never went to the moon, and those are the people that consider themselves woke. Am I incorrect?
Like you're on the way, but I'm gonna look up the definition. Woke
50-50
definition and meaning.
No, because I hear that a lot.
Aware of the active and attentive to important social facts and issues such as racial or social justice. That's woke. So the people that are like, oh, we gotta put the women into these jobs, even though it's been a man-dominated job all these years.
And the woman falls in the furnace the first time she's.
Yeah. So, and then DEI, which is that one, it was
Diversity, inclusion, and equity, or
equity. Yeah. And so a lot of militaries and big corporate businesses have been following this DEI train where they have to have so many of a certain color and so many women and so many trans and so many gay and to be a modern company. Well, the military has been doing that DEI stuff too. And it's not healthy for the military to be DEI and woke.
No.
Yeah, you can't have people that are trained to kill all of a sudden going, well, it might be a woman, but it might not be a woman. Maybe I should ask what it is.
Okay, well, thank you for the definition, because I keep hearing it all the time. I didn't do no research on it, but it just makes me weird to hear, oh, look at the woke.
Yeah, well,
No,
is it New Zealand?
I'm
Oh, you wokes.
I believe. Well, it's something where it's like I believe. Okay, if you can do the job, you can
Yeah.
do the job. Doesn't matter what
I've
female,
always
what
been
race
that way,
you
too.
are, what gender you are. It's something where if you can do the job the way it should be done, okay, you get the job. If you can't do it, you should not have the
So
job.
this,
It's all about.
so in New Zealand, their DEI hire sunk $1 million Navy vessel.
Ooh, what? Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, damn.
And
Hey.
you know, I don't even know how and it was a DEI hire, and I don't think that was the only. There was another vessel too that had some issues.
Well, it's like the military nowadays. They thought boot camp was hard. Well, boot camp was designed to see if you can handle the stress. If you can handle what they're dishing you out in boot camp, then you be ready for war. You would understand what be coming. It was a stress test to see if you're capable or not. If you're not, then you need to pack your bag.
Speaking of that, I'm going to tell you guys something really funny. I work at the VA. I met one of my drill sergeants today.
Yeah.
From Benning.
Really?
Yep. I was like, wait, sir, you look familiar. And he's like, were you in the military? Yeah. Were you infantry? Yeah. Did you go to Benning? When? Were you in the 1329? Yeah. You must have been Bravo Company. Oh, my sweet Jesus.
Okay, it's time for that prostate exam. Bend over, sir. Suck it up, Buttercup.
So talking about let's hit the last one because we got about like 4 minutes left, not even. We wanted to talk about encryption. Standards has been broken by China. So who has the topic? I think it was you, Doc.
So what they did is they have a video that they posted out, and in the video, live video, they showed in front of an audience. They used the Canadian product. Unfortunately, there's a company called D-Wave that makes quantum computers, and this isn't a knock on Canada. Companies can sell their products to whomever they desire. They also sold them to the United States and many other countries because our country uses them to do cyber defense because a quantum computer can move faster than most hackers. Yeah. But what they used it for was to crack RSA 256, which is very commonly used for most of our encryption at government level and communications and stuff. And it only took 50 seconds.
50?
I can
50,
that.
50
seconds.
The good news is we have
Basically
RSA 512. I think we have 124, and I think we have 2048 as well. It just what's going to happen in the next few years? The software is going to advance a lot, and encryption is going to go up through the roof, and your computers are going to get slower because they're going to have to process all this stuff.
Well, or the processors are going to go faster, and stuff is going to go faster.
No,
we're coming to that limit. We're coming to that limit.
We hit a wall because right now, most of the processors have 3 nanometers between each part of the processor. If they get any more closer than that, data will transfer between the different bridges, and then the processor burns itself out or can't move data.
Oh, yeah.
The other problem is it's not the CPU. The CPUs, they can make CPUs faster. They're just kind of bottlenecked because the bus speed on the motherboard is not keeping pace with all the other hardware. The RAM is moving at 6,000. The graphics card is moving at teraflops of data, but the motherboard can only handle so much.
Okay.
So
your computer is only as fast as the slowest part in your.
So what the difference though is these D-Waves, the D-Wave, they had a D-Wave 5760, but the D-Wave 2000 maybe 10 years ago was a $20 million piece of equipment. So your average
did a whole thing on D-Wave. He went over to their facility and checked them out. Impressive hardware.
So let me see if I can remember. The difference between a normal computer is a normal computer has bits. It's either on or off. It's 0 or 1, you know. But a qubit can have 8 different positions. It works 8 different lanes at the same time. And because of that, the D-Wave 2000 was 100 million times faster than any computer you've seen. And then this one's 3 times faster than that, you know. We used to joke we'd want to rent one for like an hour because back in the day they had enough computational power in the early like 2016, 17 to mine 3 Bitcoin a second. And that's when Bitcoin was 20K a pop.
Wow.
It's what was I saying here? It's 100 million times faster. In 2015, Google announced that the D-Wave 2X quantum annealer was 100 million times faster. 100 million times faster than a conventional computer.
Okay. So it's crazy.
Yeah, but the amount of power that these things
The thing
require,
was like 12 foot by 12 foot by 12 foot. They're like a computer from
like a
when
Craig
my mom was a
supercomputer
kid.
back in the day. Remember
Running
the
on
Craig
vacuum
supercomputers?
tubes.
You remember the Craig supercomputers
Yeah.
back in the day?
Yeah.
That's what these things are now. They're
Okay.
just
Just thinking 40 years, they're going to have those in Apple Watches. If Apple still exists. If Apple still exists.
if you know what? I
Well,
wonder how much one of these machines cost. Because if it costs $20 million,
Yeah, it does. The last one that I seen cost $20 million. And that
Wow.
was the 2000.
well,
The
you look at
2000Q is $15 million in 2017. $10 million for the D-Wave 1.
15 million.
well, if you look at
Close.
computer
Around
technology
15 million
nowadays,
bucks. So if it costs 15 million bucks, man, you could make money mining Bitcoin. You would corner the market. You'd be faster than any pool out there. You would win all the prizes.
Oh yeah.
You could solo mine Bitcoin.
And you would take the whole block every time. Because you do 98 or 99% of the block and you get credit for it.
And you said it was mining how many Bitcoin a second?
We calculated with the power 3 a second. And that was in 2016. So let's just say now it's become more difficult because the blockchain has. Let's just say you do 1 Bitcoin every 5 seconds. And Bitcoin's what, 80,000?
90. It hit 90.
Okay, so let's just call it even 100,000. That means in a minute, you make $1.2 million.
Yeah, this thing
Bing,
would pay for itself.
bing,
and
Bing, 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 bing. And I'm not trying to advertise any search site now, but that would be your counter in your bank going up as you sold, and then right afterwards, the IRS will be knocking at your door and be like, Mr. Schaefer, we're going to need some tax money. Or Mr. Harley, we're going to need some tax money.
they already get plenty. But that's, man, if those ever get into crypto mining, it's over for home miners.
farmers.
It shut down all the farmers in the world.
Are you serious?
You
Yeah.
couldn't keep up with it.
I mean, there's buildings out there that are nothing but, I forgot what they run now, but they have literally like shelves full of these things
There's
doing
one down the
crypto
hill from
mining.
my house.
Do you know
One
their
down the
stock
hill
went up?
from my house.
You know their stock went up 18 cents today?
It
Oh, yeah?
did?
Well, I mean, it's only $1.67 a share, but it went up 18 cents today.
Wow. Wow.
What were you saying, Kai? About that
There's a
building?
building that's just down the hill from where I live, and at late at night you'll hear the whine of the fans when after all the city gets quiet, and they crypto mine here in town because the cost of power is cheaper than most places in the world. So Yeah, and then you get one of those computers, and you start crypto mining with that. Oh man,
What?
you could be the richest man in the world in like a month.
I disagree, because if you're doing 1.2 million, you're doing 72 million every hour. You would be the richest man in the world in a matter of hours.
Okay.
72 million an hour.
But I don't think it'd be a scary thing about it. Is somebody
That's
probably come after
1.7 billion a day.
1.7 billion a day, and then you go times
means
30.
That means at the end of the month,
30 days, you would have $51 trillion.
that's 51 billion still.
51 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it doesn't matter. After 30 days,
Billions, trillion. No,
how much?
it'd be trillion.
Not because you had 1.7
Hundreds,
billion.
thousands, millions. Oh, yeah, billions. I'm off by a.
It's okay. But then look, okay, let's multiply it by 12. After a year, you're $622 billion.
Plus interest.
Okay. You do 10 years? Well, now you got the operating budget of the U.S. military in 10 years. You could fund your own military.
That's off one computer.
So let's be honest. After the first,
I hate to see the power.
after the first day, you're buying 20 more.
That's crazy. So,
With
guys, we're at that time already. I mean, we've got a lot of interesting topics tonight, and we gave a lot of answers. I just want to go reiterate on something, everybody that is listening. We are on Spotify, we are on Apple Podcasts, we are on Amazon Podcasts, and we are on iHeartRadio. You could come and listen to us rebroadcast, so that means not with the visual. And I know I want to thank you all right away, because a lot of people are listening to us on these platforms. So that makes it interesting for us to continue doing this job. For everybody that's listening also, if you have any comments or you want us to talk about topics, I'm going to let Akai do his usually end the speech, but you could send it to firmlandradio@gmail.com, and I'll go see. We'll talk about the topics and join our Vernis Production or La Production Vernis Facebook, so you can chat with us live, and also YouTube. Come and listen to YouTube, because we are in different platforms. So we're really doing this with passion, and we got our 2 new members. Well, I mean, they're not new anymore, but I mean, they're still fresh. They're still fresh. So we got Truck Sam, we got Doc Fallujah, who's joined us, and we're happy to have them in the team. Even if sometimes Doc Fallujah watches the screen or plays games while he's doing it. But he didn't do it tonight. So I want to say thank you very much, sir. I'm really proud of you. And then we got Akai, who's having these migraines. So Akai, I'm letting you do your speech.
Yeah, please like and subscribe, and also go out to vermlineradio.com. Go to our swag shop, buy something. Where all the proceeds go to help the station and help fund us. If you'd like to make a donation, I think there's a donation link there too, is there?
Yeah, on our page, on our webpage.
On vermlineradio.com if you'd like to donate to the radio station. We don't make a dime. It all goes back into production. So thank you for your time, and thank you for listening tonight.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Hey, team, thank you. Thank you for all being there. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see each other all next week.
Peace,
Same
brother.
time, and now on Wednesdays. So pass the word, because I think a lot of people didn't come in tonight that usually we see, because they didn't know.
I did talk to Speed Bump. Speed Bump's going to be trying to come back. He's just got to straighten out a few more things at home, and
Okay.
he'll be back.
So